Hosting, ruminating about including someone along at BECU or Mechanics Bank. Today is Monday, 4 May 2026, and here I, Tanis, hers of Seattle, reflect on my experiences in person at BECU and Mechanics Bank and think through what hosting someone might entail at each place. And this is partially inspired by navigating my retirement accounts stuffs and like, you know, what's my banking, what are my other finances, and that kind of stuff, and thinking through. And I did was the Reese's peanut butter cup ice cream from Baskin Robbins, and I was like thinking about, I mentioned at some point, like, maybe I'm moving in with my soulmate and we like have a conversation or something, and we're like, do you want a Mechanics Bank account? Like, do we go and do we sign them up for a Mechanics Bank? And so someone here for this, the hosting is refers to a human or non-human. So it's like, since I have banking with both kind of thing, is it possible for me to host somebody in terms of like, I'm a person banking through there and I include somebody on the visit, be it like taking somebody and being like, they're a friend, like, and they want to sign up for an account, or a squirrel, and the bank or credit union goes, we want to invest and see how the squirrel type squooman spends money, so we're gonna open them an account for that. And Cobb goes, I gotta choose my own pin. Okay, so in both areas, in the recent kind of locations I've gone for each of them, there's been a waiting area, and then there's people that can help out. And at Mechanics Bank has tellers, whereas BECU currently does not. They've had tellers in the past, and at least at the locations I've gone to of recent. And so I was thinking of, if it's going in and starting an account and being like, kind of going in with them and being present for what is applicable, and then kind of like, maybe I step away. So like, let's say I'm taking my soulmate in, and then it's about them, then and they have the setting up an account or stuff, is like, maybe I step away and go and sit in the waiting area, so that they get their privacy. And for both of these I drive, or both of these, so either location. So there's, or kind of scenarios. And for the squirrel, maybe squoomin, I put it in a little crate or kind of thing, and I take it in. Or does it have a leash and put on a leash or a harness or something, and I take it in, or carry it in and carry it out, or does it does Cobb the gray squirrel or Stubbsy or whoever get it on the ground? For that particular one, I might coordinate in advance about bringing a squirrel in if possible, or maybe they coordinate. Maybe they're really excited about a squirrel coming in, a squooman. So in that kind of a special case of coordination with the actual institution itself. And then, so there's driving, so me being the transporter, and then there's also the one where, like, let's say my soulmate has the ability to transfer money into one of my accounts, or more than one of my accounts, and I'm like going in to consolidate accounts, and as part of that, like, at least one of those accounts might be like, go away, but I'm being like, okay, let's remove that ability for you to transfer money into my account. Why would I do that? Well, what if the permissions changed and then we ended up in a hot situation? Like, they could view my balance or take money out or something like that, and I'd be like, no, you're just like, when we go, okay, this is right for us for now, right? Let's change those permissions. So then, like, I drive us in, and then I start off, I go in and I sit down, and I'll have my soulmate wait in the waiting area, and then I start up on I would like to remove the person from my being able to transfer money into my accounts. And so they pull up the whatever for that, and then I go get my soulmate from the waiting area, bring them over, and then if they have to sign anything, they sign something, and then they can go back to the waiting area, or then go to the car if I'm hosting, right? But preferably the waiting area, so they can become familiar with the place. But then yeah, is, and then having them go back and then finishing the consolidating stuff. And so that'd be an example of me hosting. I think in terms of like who's the competitor, there's different roles for competition for that last one of like removing them. Right? It's a like as an account owner, so to speak, then I have that role, but I don't have their role of like being removed as somebody who can transfer money in. So like we're in different competition categories, so to speak. So somebody might not, like, do they want to step into that role of being hosted? Because like if not, they might drive themselves, something like that. A simple differentiator on what constitutes me hosting them. And then we're all being hosted by the institution, be it BECU or Mechanics Bank. And BECU stands for Boeing Employee Credit Union. So there we go. That's hosting, ruminating about including someone along at BECU or Mechanics Bank.